not giving me an A, give me an F. You giving me the worst grade in the world, worse than an F, is a D. Because with the D, even though we love the D over here, you know which D I'm talking about. But with the D, oh, my coffee looks so good.
It does.
That don't even look like coffee. That's not even coffee.
The way the whipped cream is running down the side of the coffee.
That is over.
The white stuff is run down the side of my face from time to time.
That looks really good. Your coffee looks good.
That's my coffee.
If I drank coffee, I would drink that.
That looks like coffee.
Y'all hire clowns as if you were running a circus. So you get a circus and you hire clowns. Anyway, moving on.
Take it from the people who play cards for him. He be cheating.
I only cheat on Uno. Only Uno. Only Uno.
Uno, Tuno, Luno, he is a cheater.
Everything.
If you cheat,
See, they say you probably look. He said you probably do cheat. He do.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I'm out of here. Bye.
OnlyFans so that you can look at the longer videos. And you can go in the comfort of your own little room at the boarding house, rent it home, grab your little Albaline and smoke it out. Play it as long as you want it. Play it over and over and over. The long videos of Malik's long peen. Because you have an infatuation with his long peen. I am certain that at this point, you want him to shove his long peen somewhere inside of your body. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The devil.
And the devil
Here he go. Here we go.
Y'all want my baby? The oldest one on here.
You did not send me a text, a link.
I did.
I do have to
On the
say,
flyer.
Ty, you were in the group chat on Instagram, whatever Instagram that was.
Wait, what? Kenny? Love you down. I don't have no problem with Kenny. I like Kenny. But Kenny girl. Kenny girl. Kenny girl. Kenny girl, we did not think he was nobody straight. Neither did we think he was nobody's top. At best verse. If I stretch, maybe if I stretch, I might give you verse top. I'll stretch to give you verse top. But you do know that we had already deduced that you like to have spoons dipped into your sugar bowl, right? We had already. I mean, I don't think there's anybody. Even DeAndre, who professes that he's the top, and Archie, who professes that he's the top, they profess that he's straight tops. You ain't gonna get me to believe that they had a spoon dipped into their sugar bowl every now and then. The least about JG.
Yeah, no, that's a tough one.
Best I did.
Well, definitely what I like the most about David is
Y'all girls need to understand. Girl, you had a bust down. Girl, y'all had a one night stand. Y'all got drunk one day. Y'all had a one night stand. It was good that night because you was drunk. Probably if you was sober, you gonna be like, girl, this wasn't even that good. But girl, you was drunk as fuck or coked out or a combination of the two of them. Whatever the fuck y'all do down there to the LA. Y'all had a good bust down. It was what it was. You should have kept it moving. Well, my cabinet is going to DC, which is the next week.
Oh, okay.
And so that's why I haven't been able to come to y'all's.
Because y'all was always in DC's. Y'all would always go to DC's.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I apologize. I had a last minute call about some business. I got travel. Y'all know I'm always traveling. I got business. A last minute call. Nevertheless, oh, I feel like this chair is not far. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. No, I need to do it that way. All right. Okay, yeah, that's better. Oh, okay. Hold on one more second. Let me adjust a little more. All right, there we go. Okay. Okay, I might could do this now. So we live, y'all. It's just another Manic Monday over here. And because I didn't do Silly Saturday this weekend, I'm here for a Manic Monday. And work has been manic. I'm manic. It's so much going on, so much to do, so much to talk about, so little time. And y'all know Silly Saturdays, Manic Mondays take a long time. So because of that, I'm here at 4:30 as opposed to 5-ish because yeah, we got some things to do, some things to talk about. We got a lot of things to do and talk about. Y'all are going to enjoy today. We're going to go through some Diddy stuff, a lot of new Diddy stuff. Yes, we will go through the gory details. The gory details today. So yes. Do you say full frontal today because I'm right in front of y'all? Well, I got a story about that. Give me just a second, El Cid. So we're gonna go through Diddy details. The dossier is not that packed. However, we have a year that is probably, I don't know, it could actually unseat 1994 as our best year yet for the year of music. I'm telling you, I looked at it, I said, ooh, ooh, ooh. So when we get to the year of music, the year of music is great. This today it's one of those great years. I think 1994 may have a problem. You might be in jeopardy. You in danger. 1994. You in danger. So look at it. Oh, look, Tracy and China White is like, ain't nobody. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. This the year we got this. So, LC, to answer your question, so I where my when I set up my new kind of office studio kind of situation, this time where I had it over there was in the back of the room, and it was literally, in terms of my house, the furthest spot from the router. So I think I was having some internet issues. I went back and looked at some of my videos, and so I was having, little internet issues and stuff like that. So I literally moved the entire room around today and moved everything over to this corner, which is closer to the door and closer to the router. So hopefully my internet connection is better this way. Anyway, let me say hey to y'all because we got a lot to get through. We ain't got a lot of time to be playing around because y'all gonna be looking at me at 6:30 talking about you got 15 minutes to really be go live. So I got to get through this stuff. We got a bunch of palette cleansers. The palette cleansers are here today. We got everything for y'all today. We got a video breakdown that I know y'all gonna want to talk about with the video breakdown. We got a lot of shit to get through today. So let's get to it. Let me say hey to y'all and we gonna get to it. Hey Tracy C, me and Tracy been communicating today on all these lawsuits and stuff. L Sid is here. Volvo, hey Cookie. Universal Goddess. Harold, hey Harold, Harold, Hager. Harold, hey. China White is here. I still feel like I want more of my some of the picture. Okay, no, I want to go the other way. Okay, there we go. All right, wait, no, it's not as perfect as I. Hold on one second. Okay, All right. That might be the one. All right. So, China White is here. Ronald is here. What's going on, Ronald? My boo Tanya is here. Me and Tanya was partying this weekend. Do you hear me? Me and Tanya was in these streets this weekend. Shout out to Tanya. We had a good time this weekend. The members only chat saw the pictures, but we've been partying this weekend. Hey Cassandra, child, I forgot I was live. The music went off and I was in the middle of that phone call, child. Anyway, I was not hooking up a DC bus down. That's already set up. Let me tell you, Xavier, it's already set up. Hey, friend, what's going on? Miss Shorty B, what's going on? I know I had to mute my phone. I was on the phone. Hey, Tracy W. I did give the church a finger. TJ, Yana, Paul. No, that was not trade. I wish it was, but that wasn't trade. I had business. Marla Morris is here. Jim Bunny is here. Child. Girl. Look at all y'all said ain't nobody gonna unseat 1994. You might be right. 1994 might go down as the GOAT. But the year we got this year, remember 1992 almost unseated 1994. Almost. The year that I got this year might be better than 92. And might be better than 94. Hey, Sharice, what's going on, boo? Crazy Homebody Girl is here. Cams is here. What is going on? Cha. Anyway, y'all, if y'all ready to get this party started, go ahead and put a Shondo in the chat. We got a lot to get to, a lot to talk about. While y'all doing that, let me go get me something to drink, another drink, and then I'll be ready. Hold on for a moment. All right. I think we might be ready. Oh, boy. Ooh. All right. I think we might be ready now. Here. Get my little drinky drink ready. Pour this in here. Cause we got a lot to talk about today, y'all. We about to go through it. We about to do this thing like only we can over here. Hey, Angela. All right. Think we ready. All right. All right. It is Silly Saturday, so we need a big one. We're going to take this down. Move you out the way. All right. I think we're ready to get this party started. We might actually be ready. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bro? Montrez, we got a good one this year for the year in music. I think you'll be happy. Montrez is quietly my music expert. You know how I have a medical expert, a couple medical experts. Montrez is my musical expert. He knows all things old school R&B. Don't let the age fool you. Tell him, Montrez, don't let the age fool you. Montrez is one of our musical experts right here. Sleep on it if you want to. He's here for all of it. All of it. So we got a good one this year, Montrez. We got a good year this today, Montrez. I think you'll like it. Let me close out some of these windows because I don't need all these windows up. All right. So it's time for my favorite segment. So, you know, it's time for us to do our hashtag ABCs. Can I get some hashtags in the chat, please? It's time for your favorite segment and mine, the hashtag ABCs, because a bitch just came. A bitch just came. Hey, Danny, what's good? What is good? All right. First one. Listen, I put this in the members only chat a couple days ago. I don't even need to say nothing. Oh God. TJ, girl, these are the kind of niggas that we have in Miami that we have to deal with. Gunplay is right out of Dade County, right out of Miami. Straight out of Miami. Went to Miami, Carroll City. Straight out of the Bajas. Child, TJ, I see why you left, TJ, because this is the dirty ass fuckers that we have to deal with in our area, TJ. Not go with holy water. I mean, nobody ever needed to know that you ain't bathed your ass in 3 days. Now in Miami, when you real ghetto, you'll tell a bitch to go bathe with a Z. Okay? Go bathe with a B, A-Z-E. Okay? That's how we said in Miami when you real ghetto. Be like, bitch, go bathe. Just a mess. Can you just imagine the collection of ball gravy swimming around in his drawers and shit? Like, that shit is nasty. Just nasty. Just nasty. Listen, I give him all to y'all. I give him to y'all. I don't have nothing for him, y'all. I just don't. I don't know. Is this a thing now? I'm just trying to understand. Is not bathing a whole thing now? I'm trying to understand. I really am. I'm with you on that, LC. If he's telling us it's been 3 days, it might be 13 days. If he's telling us it's been 3 days, that means it's probably been closer to 10 to 13 days. Just nasty. No, he's this. I thought he was all Hispanic. Maybe he have a black mom. I know his daddy is Hispanic. I know his daddy is Latino. I know. But I thought his mom and his dad was Latino. I don't know. I thought one was Dominican and the other one was Puerto Rican. I know he's not Cuban. I know he's not Cuban, but I thought I could be wrong. I'm sure you'll look it up, Xavier. Go look it up for me, Xavier. Let me know. Child. Not look like a melted Milky Way. Child. Ow! You might be right, Xavier. You might be right. You're probably right, Xavier. Not the seat of his pants look like a melted Milky Way. I'm not doing this. We got to move on because the bitch just came. No, we're not doing this. Listen. The fact that I have to have both two detestable, deplorable people in the headline is beyond me. You got Tyrese and Jess Hilarious in the head. I don't like neither one of them bitches. Neither one. So the fact that okay. Thank you. So the fact that you got, thank you, Xavier. So the fact that you got both of them in the headline just made it immediately a hashtag ABC. We don't have the type of time. Nope. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. No, we're not. Nope. Not going to. Not trying to. We're not dealing with this. There's never a moment where I'm begging Jess Hilarious to be back anywhere, but back locked up in her house, never to be seen again. I don't care. I just don't have the energy. They do, Cassandra. I don't know how. I just can't. Let me move on because the bitch just can't. Jesus God. It seems like there's a going theme today with the hashtag ABCs where it's all black men just on the fuck shit, just on the pure D fuck shit. Okay? Just on the real pure D fuck shit. Okay? I just don't have this type of energy. I promise you, I don't have the energy. So what about the complaints that black women or real women have about some of you men? I mean, will the robot start complaining about you not being able to keep it up? Will the robot start complaining about the fact that you ain't got no fucking stroke game? Will the robot start complaining about the fact that you can only last 2.5 minutes? Since we going down this road, sir, since you want to talk about the female robots start pleasing men without complaints, I think eventually they're gonna have the same complaints as the real women. I just Jesus God, I just don't understand. Where do y'all find these people? Where do y'all find these people? Right, Xavier. The robots can have him. We won't complain. Sir, go have the robots. We are not begging you to come back. Not the Roseman took your job, you know what? And with that, we got to move on. I saw this storyline. I saw this headline, I should say. I hope y'all didn't believe that I was going to put this in the dossier. I just know when y'all saw this shit, y'all knew it was going to be in the hashtag ABCs. We will not be breaking this down. We don't want any parts of this. Hey, this the man who got his own stage name tatted on his arm for preparation for his coming. Baby, I don't know. I don't know, Angela. I don't know. Like, is this the new thing? Because if this is the new thing, I don't want no parts of it. I don't want any parts of it. None. Now the mama came out and said, "Leave me out this fuck shit. I ain't with that nasty ass shit." That's what the mama said. The mama said, "I ain't with that nasty ass shit." Did he ever go get Did he ever go get help after his mama died? Because clearly he's still having mommy issues. We don't have time to deal with you and all your mommy issues, Kanye. We don't have that type of time. We do not have that type of energy, sir. We don't. I just can't. We got this. Sir, go with God. Go the fuck with God. Oh God. I literally forgot about Bow Wow in the whole Diddy scandal of it all. I can imagine Bow Wow being a consummate figure down to the Diddy freak off parties. That's right up Bow Wow's alley. Bow Wow is allegedly a wanton slut. Like, he is the insatiable bottom that is probably still upset that Omarion is not still blowing his back out, allegedly. You know, Omarion say he ain't had sex in 3 years. He's been celibate for 3 years. And I think, you know, ever since he dunked Bow Wow, Bow Wow ain't never been the same since Omarion broke his heart. You know, you give a slap bottom like Bow Wow, you know, a power bottom like Bow Wow, some good dick, and that bitch go crazy. Child. So I could see Bow Wow being a consummate figure down to the Diddy freak-offs. That would just make perfect sense. So, baby, I don't listen. Bow Wow said he wasn't complaining. He was a willing participant. He ain't had time to be this is all a legend. But Bow Wow said he's not a victim. He was a willing participant. I'm just saying. Yeah, he was. Well, he was with Jermaine when he was little, but when he got of age, he was over there. Hey, Amber. Child. Right. They are embarrassing us today, Harold. Harold, go talk to your brothers. Anyway, we got to move on. It's time to go into to the dossier because the hashtag ABCs was just way too much. Some things are better left unsaid. You might be right, Auntie Kim. You might very well be right. I don't listen. You know, I would say Bow Wow was cuter as a young adult than he was as a child. I could see Diddy getting into Bow Wow in his 20s. I could see Diddy get Bow Wow was never he's never been an ugly man. I'll say that. He's never been an ugly man. Anyway, it's time to delve into the dossier. Let's get it. So, speaking of Diddy parties, Ursha celebrates his 46th birthday today, which just made me feel old because he's like 2 months older than me. Like, yeah, he's like 2.5 months older than me. Ironically enough, Tyrese is like 2 days older than me, literally 2 days. Anyway, Usher is celebrating his 46th birthday, and we wanted to give a happy birthday shout out to Ursh. Shout out to Ursh. Okay. Shout out to Ursh. Happy birthday, sir. So did y'all hear this story with Kevin Durant? Child. So let me give y'all this story, okay? So Kevin Durant, if you're not familiar with Kevin Durant and his antics on social media, Kevin Durant, for those who don't know, has you know what? Why did I read Xavier's comment? Now I'm all thrown off. All thrown out. Shout out to Valtrex and all of the other ointments that are kept in business by the likes of Ursh. Anyway, allegedly. Happy heavenly birthday, Tracy's granny. Ciao. Anyway, let me get back to Kevin Durant. Okay. Child. Lord. So if you're not familiar with Kevin Durant has a bunch of he has on social media, he's been very adamant about the fact that he has a bunch of uh um burner accounts or whatnot, right? So his number was leaked on social media. One of his burner first is because he has several social media burner accounts and several burner phones. So first one of his burner phone accounts was leaked, and then one of his burner first his one of his burner phone numbers was leaked, and then one of his Twitter burner accounts was leaked. And so people started it was leaked by one of the skanks that I guess he got in the stash. And and so he's been trolling people from that account. And now that people, um he once people started knowing that it was, he started trolling them from his real account, and he started telling because people started once they learned what his burner Twitter account was, they started to try to troll him, and then he started to troll the people from his real account, and so then he put on his real account quote sometimes out because the burner accounts the burner one of his burner Twitter accounts was the NBA Centel, CENTEL. So he put on one of the burner accounts. I mean, so when people found out about that burner account, that's the one that was leaked. He started trolling people from his actual real account, his verified account. So when people started leaving all kind of comments, then he wrote this morning, or he woke up this morning and put on his real account, quote, sometimes I wake up and look at um the NBA Centel comments just to truly see how many dummies come online thinking that they have a high IQ. Good morning. And that's what he wrote after waking up to seeing all of the people trying to troll his troll account. Kevin Durant, you got way too much time on your hands, sir. You got way too much time. You got burner phones, burner accounts, but not one good brush in that goddamn house of yours. I'm just asking. You ain't got no hair grease, no brush, no nothing but them beauty beads in your goddamn head. You got hundreds of millions of dollars, hundreds of burner accounts and burner phones, but you ain't got not one good brush in that goddamn house of yours, mansion or whatever you live in. I'm just saying. Anyway, go with God. Let's get to this. So listen, Tony Busby done came out today with 6 Kevin Durant do have a black job, but I guess he has several black jobs, one of them being a troll. He's still in the NBA though. Actually, Kyrie tried to keep his hair when it's low. He do try to keep it brushed. When it's in the afro, that's a different story. But when he did have a low cut, when he does have a low cut, Kyrie do try to keep some waves or something in there. Kevin, child, ain't no help for them BDBs, them buckshots. Anyway, not his hair like individual grains of rice. Girl. So Tony Busby today unsheathed 6 new lawsuits against Diddy. Now remember, he said he was getting thousands of them, and he had to go through and vet all of them out. So these first 6 that he's coming out with, I guess, are the best vetted ones. We only gonna look at 4 of them. 2 of them is from women. 4 of them is for men. We finna look at the men's, okay? We need all of the salacious, scandalous, spicy stuff, okay? Now I done went through these and pulled out just the best parts. All we need is the allegations. We'll need all of that other rigmarole in the lawsuit. We don't even care about all of that, okay? So we about to go through these allegations now. The allegations are for sexual assault. So if you are triggered by sexual assault, you might want to click off and see us come back at about 5:30. We might be ready for you about 5:30, 5:35. Give us about a good 30 good minutes. We'll be done. Because I'm going to get through all 4 details. So we're going to go through these 4. I got the first, hold on. Wrong hole, fool. Whenever I click something wrong, I always say, wrong hole, fool. All right. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right one. Okay. All right. So this is the first one we're going to go through. So this will be number 1. Shout out to Tracy. Tracy C made sure we had all these. So let me go back up so you could reference each one of these victims. So let me go back up. Did I pass it? Yeah, I passed it. Sorry, y'all. Wait, I passed it again. I'm trying to show y'all who this person is so you can make the reference. Okay. Oh, no, I ain't passed it yet. It's still going on. Okay, here we go. Parties. So this first one is, as you can see here, plaintiff John Doe, who resides in Georgia. So this is the Georgia victim, okay? Person number 1, John Doe number 1. Can y'all see that? Let me make this big. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's better. All right. Can y'all see that? Hopefully y'all can see that better. All right. So John Doe number 1. Okay, what's good, Jason? What's good, bro? John Doe number 1 is the one who resides in Georgia, okay? This one live in Georgia. So we're going to skip through all of this. All this is details we don't care about. We don't need to know. All right, so here's the good part. This is the good part. When we going to read all factual allegations today. We only want to know what they're alleging. So that's what we're going to be reading today, okay? Only the factual allegations. All right, let's get to it. Plaintiff worked for, this is the Georgia resident. Plaintiff worked for Royal Reigns Management, a prestigious company based out of New York City with additional offices in Los Angeles and Atlanta. Through plaintiff's industry connections, he gained access to parties associated with Combs and Bad Boy Entertainment. One party took place in or around October 2021. These connections and invitation ultimately led to life-altering and traumatic experiences for plaintiff. Combs businesses picked plaintiff up from the airport, transported him to New York City, where the party was to take place. Upon arrival, plaintiff noticed several well-known artists in attendance. Plaintiff was immediately offered what he was told was ecstasy by associates of Combs businesses, which plaintiff refused. Plaintiff limited himself to just 1 drink. That's all it takes. Even though plaintiff only consumed 1 alcoholic drink, the effects of the drink were immediate and overwhelming. This behavior towards plaintiff mimics a pattern of Combs and his agents' employees drugging unsuspecting victims in order to make it easy for Combs to sexually assault that person. Unfortunately, plaintiff was one such victim. A photograph of an exemplar container used by Combs and or his agents' employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. And that would be this. Plaintiff soon became disoriented and the room started spinning. In a state of confusion, he attempted to remove himself from the situation, seeking a safe space. As plaintiff tried to leave, a male voice told him to, quote, hold on, end quote, and he promised to help him. The next thing plaintiff remembers is being in a bedroom. Despite being vaguely aware of his surroundings, he could not move, speak, or fight back. Plaintiff was paralyzed. Feeling as if he was trapped in his own body, multiple men began to sexually assault him through sodomy and other forced acts. He distinctly recalls seeing Combs above him, naked, at one point during the assault. During this time, plaintiff was sodomized by at least 3 men. Plaintiff could feel a difference in the size of the men when he was being sodomized, further confirming the presence of multiple attackers. Let me read that again since I messed over that. That's the important part. Plaintiff could feel a difference in the size of the men when he was being sodomized. That means somebody was big. You know, it's like the 3 little pigs. Mama bear, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. Papa Bear had the big one. Mama Bear had the medium-sized one, and Baby Bear had the small one. That's what we're dealing with here. So he knew there was a difference. Somebody might have been girthy, somebody might have been lengthy. Now, I'm not trying to make light of the man and his sexual assault. The man was assaulted by at least 3 people. But I'm just trying to give you some context to what we talking about. Plaintiff continues to attend therapy sessions to address the trauma from these experiences. Those are the allegations. That's plaintiff number 1. Let's go to plaintiff number 2. Okay. So, hold on. That's plaintiff number 1. Let's go to plaintiff number 2. Now, plaintiff number 2 is a John Doe who resides in Ohio. So remember, plaintiff number 2 resides in Ohio. Not Diddy was Baby Bear. Oh, why he got to be Baby Bear? But he probably was. I mean, Diddy don't get me. He working with too much. I'm just saying. So this is the one. Plaintiff number 2 resides in Ohio. Let's get to the details, the gory details, the facts. In 2008, plaintiff worked as an advisor for Echo Clothing and had been employed by the company for approximately 7 years. Echo Clothing at the time was among the most popular clothing lines in the country. That would be true. In 2008, Combs' Sean John clothing line was also hitting peak popularity. Plaintiff had in fact met Combs several times in connection with Combs' development and marketing of the Sean John clothing line. Echo and Sean John were competing lines within the clothing industry, both having had a large amount of success within the hip hop community. Moreover, both lines had relationships with and were carried at the time by Macy's, a well-known department store. In or around May 2008, plaintiff was in the stockroom at Macy's flagship store at Herald Square in Manhattan when Combs and 3 of his bodyguards entered the stockroom. Plaintiff came upon Combs and his bodyguard at a T-junction in the stockroom. Where the plaintiff had very little room to maneuver. Combs was flanked by 2 large bodyguards to the left and one large bodyguard to the right. Immediately after turning a corner in the stockroom, plaintiff was hit hard around the base of the neck, possibly with a pistol. The blow forced plaintiff to his hands and knees. As plaintiff looked up, he saw that each of the bodyguards had guns in their waistband. Plaintiff heard multiple voices calling out things like, quote, "I'll kill you," end of quote. Combs approached plaintiff while plaintiff was still on his hands and knees and said, quote, "Suck my dick, Echo," end of quote. Referring to the clothing line that plaintiff worked for, Combs thereafter forced his penis into plaintiff's mouth and proceeded to forcefully and brutally orally rape plaintiff. Combs continued for at least 2 minutes until ejaculating. While orally raping plaintiff, Combs grabbed plaintiff's hair and made derogatory comments like, quote, "You like that, white boy?" End of quote. After he was finished, Combs threw plaintiff's head aside and said words to the effect of, quote, "Shut up or I'll kill you," end of quote. Combs and his bodyguard began to leave, taunting plaintiff as they did. Combs proceeded to gather Sean John merchandise from the stockroom. He left the stockroom and headed out to the Macy's retail floor, where he began passing out merchandise to an adoring crowd as if nothing had happened. In shock and traumatized, plaintiff gathered himself and went to Macy's security to report the assault. By this time, Combs and his bodyguards had left the store. Plaintiff was told that someone would speak with him, but no one ever did. Shortly thereafter, Macy's stopped letting plaintiff into its flagship Herald Square store. Approximately 3 weeks later, Terry Lundgren, CEO of Macy's, pressured Echo executives to fire plaintiff because Macy's had just signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Sean John Clothing. Echo thereafter terminated plaintiff from employment, and plaintiff was told he could no longer live in his company-paid apartment. Plaintiff is informed and believes that the report of the assault was destroyed or otherwise purged from Macy's records, and no action was ever taken as a result of the report. Plaintiff ultimately had to move out of New York. Plaintiff still fears for his life as a result of the incident and the threats made against him on that day, including the fact that plaintiff was known to Combs by way of his work with rival clothing company Echo. And that is John Doe number 2. Ain't that's what they said? Now, why am I in this, child? Not they put it here for the media. They did say 2 minutes. I'm just telling you what the man said. The man said it took 2 minutes. So I don't know what y'all want from me, okay? He said it took 2 minutes. What do you want? I'm just reading the gory details, okay? I'm just reading the gory details. Let me get plaintiff number 3 for you, okay? Now, this is John Doe number 3. Now, John Doe number 3 resides in New Jersey. So number 1 was Georgia, number 2 is Ohio, number 3 is New Jersey, okay? This is plaintiff number 3, John Doe in New Jersey. All right, let's get to the gory details, the factual allegations. Sean Combs' infamous white parties were legendary events known for their exclusivity, extravagance, and strict dress code where attendees were required to wear all white. These high-profile parties, particularly those held at Combs' estates in the Hamptons, attracted A-list celebrities from across the entertainment, fashion, and business worlds. The events were lavishly decorated, featured live music performances, and boasted top-tier food and beverages. The atmosphere at these parties was one of opulence and luxury, often making headlines for their celebrity guest list, over-the-top entertainment, and the stunning aesthetics of the event. Many unsuspecting individuals were recruited to attend these parties. Some of this recruitment took place in Manhattan. Many individuals were also recruited in LA and were paid to fly in and to attend these functions. In 2006, plaintiff was employed by a security firm, Mass Security, where he provided security services for nightclubs and private events. In August of that year, plaintiff accepted a last-minute job at Combs's East Hampton property, which he believed was hosting an exclusive white party for a large, affluent crowd. Plaintiff noted that the guests arrived in luxury vehicles and many appeared to be executives. Upon plaintiff's arrival, he was greeted by Combs, the event's host, who expressed interest in meeting all staff members. During their interaction, Combs offered plaintiff another job opportunity working security, which plaintiff ultimately declined due to his father's severe illness and the challenges of relocating. Combs appeared sympathetic to plaintiff's situation and understanding of his decision. As the event progressed, Combs targeted plaintiff and demanded him to and provided him, with 2 alcoholic drinks throughout the night. After consuming the second drink, plaintiff began to feel extremely ill and leaned against his truck for support. Based on information and belief, Combs, by himself or through his agent's employees, previously laced the drink with drugs, including but not limited to GHB and or ecstasy. The behavior towards plaintiff mimics a pattern of Combs and his agent's employees drugging unsuspecting victims in order to make it easier for Combs to sexually assault that person. Unfortunately, a plaintiff was one such person. Now you're going to see similarities in some of the language because all of these lawsuits were filed by Tony Busby and his law firm. So you'll start to see some similar language in multiple of these lawsuits. A photograph of an exemplary container used by Combs and or agents and or his agent's employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below, and that's the one you see below. Combs approached him again, inquiring about his well-being and displaying what plaintiff initially interpreted as concern. However, he soon found himself being forcefully pushed into an open van by Combs, an act that left him in considerable pain. Once inside the van, plaintiff was held down by Combs, who overpowered him while he struggled to escape due to the effects of the drugs in his system. In a horrific turn of events, Combs sexually assaulted plaintiff by inserting his penis into plaintiff's anus and sodomizing him, all the while dismissing plaintiff's pleas for help by repeatedly saying, quote, "You'll be all right," end of quote. After the assault, Combs left plaintiff in the van and proceeded back to the party. Plaintiff, wait a minute, I have questions. Let me pause here. Hold on. Those of my friends in the LGBT, let me make myself bigger. Let me ask this question first. Hold on. Hold on. Now, those of my friends in the LGBTQ plus community, right before we go any further, if you're having an all-white party, y'all know where I'm about to go, right? You're having an all-white party, and this man didn't know he was about to get sodomized or nothing like that, wasn't prepared. It didn't sound like it was no lube involved. You're going to have one of two colors or a mixture of the two colors. Those colors are going to be brown and or red. You're going to either have one of the two or both of them. And then you got unless you got butt ass naked in this van, Diddy. If you proceed to go back to this all white party, baby, it's gonna be either some brown somewhere, some red somewhere, or a combination of the brown and the red. It just don't go down. Hell, you can have a casual sexual encounter with someone who is prepared to have sex and still have one of the two colors or a combination of the two. And how do you just casually go back to your all? But let me go back to read it. I'm trying to make way too much sense of this, here we are. God help us, God of mercy, God of love. Let's go back. Plaintiff struggled to leave the party due to the drugs he believed to be in his system from the quote alcoholic end quote drinks Combs provided. As plaintiff was leaving the party, he experienced a disturbing sensation as a lubricant-like fluid leaked from him, which he believed to be semen, causing him profound disgust. This how you know he ain't know it was gonna happen. Because I hate to be graphic, but we're here now. Some of the girls are here for this kind of stuff. The girls like to get, seated, as they call it. They like to get a good cream pie, and they know how to hold their ass cheeks together until they get home. And then when they get home, they can release all of that stuff into the toilet at that time. But you got to have extraordinary anus, rectum, ass muscles so you can keep all that stuff inside. You still might have a little bit that leak out, that seep out, but you can keep the majority in, till you get home. This is a common practice. Now, I'm not saying I do this, and I don't know nothing about it. This is just what people told me. So I'm just trying to give y'all reference as to how this works, because if he did fuck this man raw and then nutted in this man, if you don't know no better, if you ain't used to that kind of stuff, you get up and leave it, that stuff gonna come out of you. I'm just telling you how I know, and it's gonna start rolling on up out of there like girl, I'm here. I'm here. Girl, I'm here. Child. There go our medical expert, Janae. She can confirm. Child. Some of the girls, I'm sorry, did I say us or did I? Some of the girls got that kind of strength where they can hold it in till you get home. And when you make it home, you can go ahead and relieve yourself. Some of the girls got walls like that, honey. I'm just saying. What Uncle Jay said, I know he said something out of pocket. You know what, Uncle Jay? Who was it? Trey just came over there, Uncle Jay? Child. This don't seem like a real story. Did he get a rape kit? It might be real, Angela. You just don't see men out here talk about they finna go get a rape kit. A lot of men don't even have an idea or understanding what a rape kit even is, because that's just not something men associate themselves with. If a man say he got raped, his first thought is not, oh, let me go get a rape kit, because that's just not something men think about if they happen to be in this kind of situation. That's one. Two, this is Diddy. And in each of these stories, you always hear the people saying they were afraid to kind of go to authorities or report this because they kind of knew how this was going to go. I'm just saying. So, Tracy said, also, when you hire Scooter Brown, 2 minutes feels like 2 hours. Well, then there's that. So listen. Right. Exactly, Tracy. Wait, no, this was 98. I thought this was 06. What year was this? This is 06. But still, even in 06, people weren't around here talking about, yeah, I'm getting sodomized. Let me go get a rape kit. Anyway, let me keep going. We're on number 48. I just wanted to give y'all that context because you were like, wait, why? Because somebody might ask, well, how is it running out? Well, that is a thing. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Anyway, moving on. Number 48. When plaintiff finally managed to leave the scene and return home, he informed his supervisor of the incident. Upon arriving home and showering, plaintiff noticed more semen discharge, which intensified his feelings of violation and revulsion. That's what makes this believable, because that can happen. You be up there thinking you done got it all out, and girl, it be something that went way up in there, and you be thinking, oh girl, I'm good, not knowing Girl, is still more up in there that needs to come out. That is a real thing. Now, I'm not saying I know that from experience. I'm just saying that's what the people told me. That's what I heard, and that's what some of my friends told me. But that actually does happen. I've heard from people. Anyway, where am I at? 50. In the aftermath of the assault, plaintiff struggled with intense emotional pain and mental issues, feeling disgusted and deeply depressed. Plaintiff has experienced a significant impact on his personal life. He is never married and often struggles to maintain relationships due to the assault. Plaintiff described himself as an quote, all American guy, end of quote, yet acknowledges that not a day goes by without thoughts of the traumatic incident. And that was our plaintiff from New Jersey. That's John Doe out of New Jersey. So number 1 was Georgia, 2 was Ohio, 3 is New Jersey. All right. Well, let's get to plaintiff number 4. Plaintiff number 4 is the worst one to me, in my estimation. Plaintiff number 4 is the worst one to me, and you'll see in just a second. Plaintiff number 4 is John Doe, who now lives in North Carolina, okay? North Carolina. So we have 1 Georgia, 2 Ohio, 3 New Jersey, and 4 is Ohio. Not Ohio, North Carolina. So number 4 is North Carolina, okay? Since all of them John Doe, I'm just trying to give you a reference since all of them are John Does. All right, let's get to the gory details. Brace yourselves. This one, I'm going to tell you there's a trigger warning with this one. There is a trigger warning with this one. There is a trigger warning with this one. Just giving you that up front. Don't say you were not warned. Just saying. Mr. Combs' legendary white parties in the Hamptons were well known by many, including John Doe, the kind where countless celebrities would attend. In 1998, when John Doe was only 16 years old, when John Doe was only 16 years old, when John Doe was only 16 years old, he was recruited out of New York City, and indeed, while residing in New York City, received an invitation to one of Combs's parties through a mutual connection. When he received the invitation, he felt like he finally had the opportunity to rub shoulders with the who's who of the industry. He thought it would be his chance to break into the music industry. Others from New York City received such invitation to go to the Hamptons for the party. Indeed, many of those at the party were in fact New Yorkers. The party took place at Combs' mansion in the Hamptons. As John Doe entered, he spotted countless celebrities and A-listers who formed the music and entertainment industry. He recognized faces he had seen on TV and on the big screen. As John Doe made his way through the crowd toward the restroom, he unexpectedly bumped into Combs. Shocked, John Doe found himself face to face with Combs, a titan in the music industry, standing right in front of him at his own party. Doe took a picture with Combs at the 1998 party. And there's the picture. His face is blocked out. Although y'all ain't block out the face of all these other people. Y'all got all these other people's faces in there, but y'all got his face blocked out. These other people may not want to be associated with this shit. Combs took an interest in John Doe and wanted to talk to him. They walked to a more private area near the portable restrooms brought in for the party. There, John Doe told Combs he was a big fan of Combs and shared his dream of becoming a star. Combs smiled, telling him he had potential and, quote, the look, end of quote. When John Doe admitted his voice was not great, Combs assured him that did not matter. Combs made clear that the only thing that mattered was having the right look for the industry, and with it, Combs could transform Doe or anybody into a star. Despite the pleasant conversation which occurred, things took an unexpected turn for the worse. Combs abruptly told John Doe that he needed to drop his pants. John Doe, caught completely off guard, confusingly asked Combs to repeat himself. Combs made himself clear. He instructed John Doe to drop his pants and expose his penis so that Combs could inspect it, explaining it was a rite of passage and the route to becoming a star, and also as a way to prove himself. Quote, don't you want to break into the industry? And I'm sorry, into the business? End of quote. Doe immediately felt uncomfortable, froze, and did not know what to do. Combs remained calm and stood in front of him, stretched out his hand in a cupped position. Out of fear, anxiety, and the imbalanced power dynamic between himself and Combs, John Doe then dropped his pants and exposed his penis, as Combs previously instructed. Combs moved closer and grabbed John Doe's penis and genitals with his hand. He firmly cupped and held onto John Doe's genitals for an extended period of time. During this time, Combs moved his hand in such a fashion to manipulate John Doe's genitals, squeezing and feeling them. Doe was only 16. Combs abruptly let go of John Doe's genitals and told him that his people would be in touch. Combs continued with his party as if nothing had happened, but for John Doe, everything had changed. John Doe eventually recognized Combs sexually assaulted him by and through his power and influence over John Doe because he knew John Doe wanted to become a star. As a result of Combs' assault on John Doe while he was a minor, John Doe experienced damages including pain and suffering, mental anguish, physical impairment, and emotional torment. The interaction continues to humiliate and cause shame on John Doe. Because of Combs' power and notoriety, plaintiff was afraid to report what had happened. John Doe became yet another sexual assault victim of Combs' through the same pattern and abuse of influence Combs exercised over others previously. That is victim number 4. So, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here, y'all. There's a lot. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. Each of the 4 stories sounds completely believable. And I noticed that in each of the cases, they're all asking for jury trials because at this point, you're not going to find anybody who hasn't heard anything from the Diddy stories. And so there's a pattern here. It all sounds the same. But this is a lot, especially the number 4 was a lot. This is a minor. If you're asking me, number 2 from Ohio and number 4, who is the minor, is going to be from New Jersey. The one from North Carolina is going to be a problem. Number 2 is going to be a problem because he's descended from the Caucasus Mountains. And you know how a black man sexually assaulting a white man descended from the Caucasus Mountains, that'll get you some time. And then but number 4 is the most triggering and heartbreaking because here you have this young boy who was innocently, just trying to make it, At that time in 1998, Biggie had just died a year before. Puffy was everywhere in 1998. Everywhere. Every music artist, it seemed at that time, had, if they were in R&B, hip hop, all over the place, had something to do with Diddy. So you could only imagine in 1998 how big this was for him. And to have all of his dreams and hopes shattered like that, that's traumatizing. So those are the two most damning ones to me. I hope they lock them. I hope he never gets out. I mean, just never gets out. I hope you never get out. That's a good question. I guess it would say at the top, wouldn't it? I don't know if they're civil or criminal. I'm looking at the top. This one says United States District Court, Southern District of New York. So that sounds like criminal court, but I don't know. I wouldn't be able to tell whether or not I'm not good with lawyerese and legalese to know. Somebody else may be able to look at them and tell me. Tracy may know. I don't know. Tracy, can you answer that in the chat if you know? Because I'm not sure. Oh, they're civil. Okay, thank you. Okay, they're both civil. Okay, great. But those are the gory details. So so y'all got to hear. We went through all of the gory details. All of the gory details. We got to move on. Dear God, Lord. See if I got something to cleanse our palate while we're waiting. I don't even think I got no good palate cleansers in here. God, Lord. Here we go. In other news, Mager won last night. Now, y'all know I was rooting for Chelsea. Finally, for Big Brother 26 happened last night. Chelsea won. I was rooting for Chelsea. I've been saying from the beginning, once Cedric was gone and it was apparent that Cam wasn't going to win shit, T-Core, I kind of was rooting for T-Core and Chelsea at one point, but then I went, but even before T-Core left, I knew that T-Core had the wrong alliance because Chemo wasn't going to help her and neither was Rubina. And so I was rooting for Chelsea at that point. So that is that's your winner. I think Mackenzie, who won the final HOH, made a fatal mistake. But here's the deal. I believe Mackenzie when she says she wasn't in it for the money. She's a white girl with a pretty face. Mama don't care. She's 22-year-old, tall, pretty white girl. She's going to be all over everywhere. She is going to be, she cemented her future. Okay. So she's in us. So the $750 ain't gonna mean a lot to her because she's about to get so many deals and so many opportunities you can't even believe. So I could believe her when she said, "Hey, Lemon Kush Pepper," she ain't got nothing to worry about. I could also see Cam's. Cam's is a beautiful black Cam. Cam is a beautiful black man, and I could see Cam getting opportunities as well in either in fashion modeling, or if he can, maybe get an acting coach, or maybe in acting or something like that. Cam's got the look and the body, where he can go out there and be, you see a lot of athletes do that, like Trevante Rhodes and a lot of former athletes and football players. They have a nice body, they get them a good acting coach, and they go into acting. So I could see Cam doing that. He's very well spoken, so that helps him as well. Shout out to my dogs at the crib. Listen, can I tell y'all, that was some people used to always say that the highlight of every eviction was Chelsea said Auntie Julie. Every week during eviction, when I would watch, I would always be like, when he got up, I knew he was gonna say, "Shout out all my dogs at the crib." That was my part. I used to wait every week for him to be like, "Shout out all my dogs at the crib." And so on the finale, where he had to do his final eviction speech before he got evicted, he said something, and so Julie was like, "Cams, aren't you forgetting something?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, shout out all my dogs at the crib." I love that part. But I was rooting for Chelsea. So glad she won. So happy for her. Tucker won America's favorite house guest, which makes sense. So it was a great thing, the touching moment when Joseph came, and Joseph is from Tampa, and he said several people in his neighborhood had died because of the two hurricanes, as well as they were still without power at the time of the taping, and they were having a real rough go at it. He said he almost did not come because of everything going on back at home in Tampa, but he said he decided to come anyway because it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. So that was a very, to me, touching moment there. The shock on the face of the jury and the final two when they found out that Joseph Robinette was no longer in the presidential race, and that Kamala Harris was the presidential nominee for the Democratic Party. That was a shock to them as well. Also, that damn Angela continues to work my nerves. Even when what's the boy who went out first? What's his name? Matt. Even when Matt came and tried to throw an olive branch and say, I understand everything. Angela looked at him like, girl, I don't see it for you. I did what I did. I'm glad I did, and I wouldn't change. But Angela ain't shit. That a white woman at that age has the ultimate white privilege, and she don't think she owe nobody nothing. She ain't shit. So anyway, but yeah, you say she gonna have to change her name. Because you don't want to be associated with her. She ain't shit. The bitch ain't shit. Anyway, so that was Big Brother. Y'all's boy TJ Holmes is in the news. Apparently, TJ Holmes injured his Achilles during a marathon. He was participating in a well, I shouldn't say participating in, but he was running in the 2024 Chicago Marathon, and he didn't make it to the finish line. He suffered an injury to his Achilles and had to be taken to the hospital. And he had a video and everything. And he was on mile 21. Marathon is what 23.2 miles or something like that. So he was almost finished, and said his Achilles gave out on him. A mess. But yeah, he said somewhere between miles 15 and 21, and he went down and didn't get back up. Oh well. But yeah, we wish you a speedy recovery over there with that white woman descended from the Caucasus Mountains. Go with God. And in other news, that is Noah Lyles, who won the Olympic 100-meter dash. So he proposed to his longtime girlfriend, who's a Jamaican sprinter, and they're now engaged. Her name is Janelle Brumfield, and they've been together for a minute. They've been together for a long time, and so he won the like I said, he won gold in the 100-meter dash, and now he's won her heart, and they are engaged. So shout out to Noah Lyles for his newly for his new engagement. All right. Oh, our favorite section. Ladies and gentlemen, non-binary gender conforming members of our audience. Oh, y'all know what time it is. It's time for us to break out our boy Larry. Larry. We need you. It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, non-gender conforming members of our audience. It is now time for your Sugar Spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So love the world. I want to fight. That he gave his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major Sugar Spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I need everybody to pay attention, okay? If you have family and friends, the timestamp for this video is 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 10 seconds. Thereabout. 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 10 seconds or thereabout for this video. Bring them back to this video, okay? If they watch nothing else of this video, bring them back to the 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 30 now second mark so that they can watch this part, okay? Because we're hearing a lot of information, a lot of shit surrounding Black men, Black people, and voting. And I'm going to take my time with this part because this is so important that you hear this part, okay? Please, if you do nothing else, 1 hour, 22 minute, 23 minute mark, okay? I'm about to go through this. Let me read this to you. And I am going to read the whole article. It's a little long, but it's very important. Very important. You'll see when I read it. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris introduced an ambitious opportunity agenda for Black men, a first of its kind initiative aimed at addressing the systemic barriers Black men face while creating pathways to economic success, health equity, and criminal justice reform. Drawing from insights gained throughout her career during her economic opportunity tour, Harris is focusing on providing Black men with the resources to achieve financial freedom, protect their rights, and build a brighter future for themselves and their families. In a powerful statement, Harris emphasized that the goal is not just about helping Black men get by, it's about making sure they have the opportunity to thrive. It's time, quote, it's time we break down barriers and create real opportunities for Black men to lead in their communities, build wealth, and secure their futures, end of quote, she said. Here's the agenda she came up with. Number one, financial empowerment of Black entrepreneurs. Harris is prioritizing economic freedom by committing to offer 1 million fully forgivable loans of up to $20,000 each to Black entrepreneurs and others in underserved communities. These loans aim to break down the capital access barriers that have traditionally held Black business owners. I'm sorry, I got this the wrong way, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I just looked at myself and saw it should be that way. Okay. These loans aim to break down the capital access barriers that have traditionally held Black business owners back. In collaboration with the Small Business Administration, this program will work with trusted community leaders to help aspiring entrepreneurs launch businesses and create jobs. Additionally, the Vice President is proposing to increase the tax deduction for small business startup expenses from $5,000 to $50,000, allowing Black men to invest more in their business ventures. This is part of a broader effort to support innovation hubs, reduce bureaucratic red tape, and boost small business growth in communities where it's needed most. Number 2, expanding job opportunities and career training. To ensure Black men have access to good paying jobs, Harris is championing educational and vocational training initiatives, including registered apprenticeships and credentialing programs. She's working with community organizations, HBCUs, and the private sector to create pathways for Black men to thrive in high demand fields, regardless of their educational background. This includes expanding programs that promote Black male teachers who are underrepresented in the education system but play a crucial role in improving students' outcomes for Black youth. Harris is also committed to strengthening the public service loan forgiveness program, which Trump tried to dismantle to recruit and retain Black male teachers in the education field. By investing in teacher training and retention programs, Harris hopes to not only increase diversity in education, but also support Black men who want to make a difference in their communities. Number 3, protecting Black men's investment in digital assets. Recognizing that over 20% of Black Americans have invested in cryptocurrency, Harris is proposing a regulatory framework to safeguard digital asset investments. This move aims to protect Black men and others who are part of the growing cryptocurrency market, ensuring they are able to participate safely and securely in financial innovation. Number 4, national health equity and initiative for Black men. Understanding that Black men face higher risks of conditions like diabetes, sickle cell, and prostate cancer, Harris's agenda includes a comprehensive national health equity initiative. The plan aims to cap insulin costs at $35 a month, limit out-of-pocket prescription costs, and expand access to preventative care such as cancer screenings. Additionally, Harris is advocating for increased funding for the National Institute of Minority Health and health disparities to improve health outcomes for Black men. To further support Black families, Harris is addressing medical debt which affects 1 in 4 Black households. She's proposing measures to remove medical debt from credit reports, helping Black men qualify for mortgages and other loans. Number 5, legalizing marijuana and creating equity in the cannabis industry. Harris is pushing to legalize marijuana nationwide, a move that will remove barriers for Black men who have been disproportionately impacted by the criminalization of cannabis. She's committed to ensuring that the legal cannabis industry grows. Black men have fair access to wealth building opportunities within this industry. This includes creating pathways for Black entrepreneurs to enter the cannabis industry from cultivation to retail. And number 6, engagement events to mobilize Black men for the upcoming election. As part of the Harris-Walz campaign's efforts to engage Black men, they are launching a series of, quote, Black Men Huddle Up, end quote, events across key battleground states. These events hosted at Black-owned, hosted at Black-owned, hosted at Black-owned, hosted at Black-owned sports bars, and featuring NFL and NCAA watch parties will provide spaces for Black men to discuss what's at stake in the upcoming election. Additionally, the campaign is organizing economic freedom talks led by prominent Black entrepreneurs to inspire and support small business owners in their community. Let me tell you something. That's it. Let me tell you something. I made it a point that I went through each one of those individually because I'm going through that because there is so much out there right now being said about who is and is not here for Black men, who Black men are voting for, the fact that Black men don't want to vote for the Democratic Party. Let me be very clear. Let me be very clear. No other president, to include the only Black president we've ever had, has ever laid out a plan directed at black people, period, much less black men. Now, she's not disregarding black women at all. Everything she has in place affects black women as well. But I understand and I am glad that there is this concerted effort because she knows she is, one, trying to win an election. Two, she understands the rhetoric that's out there right now in the in the media machine. Okay. I'm going to put the link to the article in the chat because somebody may want the link to the article. So I am going to put the link to the article in the chat. But you've never heard any president, including Barack Obama, lay out any plan where they said, I'm specifically targeting black people, be it black men, black women, or whomever. They have never done that. No one. And the fact that she has come out and laid out a plan, I'm not saying the plan is perfect because nobody and nothing is perfect. But the fact that you had the thought to say, let me let black people know exactly who I am, the fact that I am here for them. She is going, she was just on Roland Martin. When was that? Yesterday? She was interviewed by Roland Martin yesterday. She's going into black spaces. She is black. She's a part of us, and she's not neglecting us. She didn't say, well, let me just go do my 1 4-year trip to the black church. As long as I go to a prominent black church, that's all I need to do. Because that's what most politicians do. They think if I go to a black church, that's my only obligation to the black people, and I don't care. She's going further. She's going on black media. She's doing all of the things. She's being at our events. She's going to the Divine Nine stuff. I mean, some people kept asking, well, why hasn't she gone on Roland Martin? Why hasn't she gone on Roland Martin? She went on Roland Martin. She was interviewed by the NABJ, by those wonderful black journalists that interviewed her. She's putting in the work. And I think it's disrespectful and disingenuous when people keep screaming about black men not voting for Kamala Harris, because black men are voting for Kamala Harris. And the fact that she laid out that plan and says, I'm specifically targeting them because nobody else has targeted them, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Now, if you want to find some complaints, or if you want to find a way to make it seem bad and still go over there and look at Cheeto Man, the problem is you and not us. You're just looking for a reason not to vote for her. You're looking for a reason to support another white man who don't give a damn about you, nor does he give a damn about any black person anywhere. And for all of these idiots out here that be saying all of this stuff about, oh, Donald Trump about business. When has he ever been about business? Hell, he ain't even about his own business. He can't even keep his own businesses afloat. So how the fuck you think he gonna help you in your business? He can't help himself. Anyway, I felt the need to put that out there. I'm so glad that I saw that today and that was put out there. Go ahead. I put the link in the chat. Share that out, please, because we need to really put that word out. And for all of the people who keep talking about what black men and black women are doing, please be clear. White women are the reason Donald Trump has won is 2016. And white women will be the reason he wins again if he does. Don't come over to black men and talk about what black men doing and who they voting for. Why the fuck y'all ain't out here talking to white women and asking them whores who the fuck they're voting for? Y'all coming over here to us. And the election is going to be up to them white ass women who always voting against their best interest. Black people know the assignment. There's no other group of people that vote like we do. Don't come over here to black people telling us who we are and are not going to vote for, because we always vote in the 80th and 90th percentile. No other group of people at all in any demographics are as loyal as we are. So get away from us with that. And if somebody chooses to vote for the other side, that's their prerogative and their benefit. But what I don't need you to do is try to make people feel bad because they, because they come over here to us black people, making us seem like we the problem and we the reason why this election won't be won when it's fucking white women descended from the fucking Caucasus Mountains. I keep telling y'all, white women have been the reason whole civilizations have been torn apart. Let me keep moving on. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a moment that I was about to spike out. I had to catch myself, y'all. I almost spiked out, y'all. Y'all saw me. Child. Ooh, child. 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 I wasn't speaking about Obama when I was speaking about that. I'm mainly speaking about the mainstream media who have all of these questions about what black men are going to do. This is not about Obama. This is about the mainstream media all over the place. Well, black men are voting for Trump. Please miss us with that. Because when the rubber hits the pavement and y'all look up the demographics, black men will vote for Kamala Harris in the upper 80 or lower 90th percentile. You go over there to them fucking white women. Now, if Obama want to come over here, Obama is a black man. Obama can get in a room with black men and have hard black men conversations with other black men because that's what we do. But mainstream media and their fuck shit, yeah, I'm not here for it. Anyway, Rudy Giuliani is now facing liquidation after his false election claims and after he owes Mother Freeman and her daughter Shay Moss, he still owes them $146 million in that defamation judgment against him. And so now he's it looks like he's about to get his assets liquidated. Take him for all he's worth. Take him for all he's worth. All of it. All of it. For what you did to Mother Freeman and her daughter, give them women they money. Take everything he got. Fuck him and fuck his life. That's all I got for that. Not Ruby Freeman. Mother Ruby Freeman. Oh, that is Rudy Giuliani. Yes, that is Rudy Giuliani. I'm sorry. Yes, that is Rudy Giuliani. Sorry about that. But yes, that's that story. In another awful spiky ass story, a North Carolina man was arrested over the weekend for allegedly threatening harm against FEMA employees responding to Hurricane Helene, according to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office. William Jacob Parsons, 44, was arrested and charged with going armed to the terror of the public, a misdemeanor, Captain Jamie Keever said in a news release today. The captain said, quote, Parsons was armed with a handgun and a rifle, end of quote. The sheriff's office began investigating Saturday after receiving a call that a man, quote, made the comment about possibly harming FEMA employees working after the disaster of Hurricane Helene in the Lake Lure and Chimney Rock area, end of quote. Parsons was found later that day after investigators received information about the color and license plate of his vehicle, according to the sheriff's office. He was arrested in his car outside a grocery store that is functioning as a storm relief site. He is now free on a $10,000 secured bond. Let me say that again. This man is out here with a gun and a rifle threatening harm to FEMA workers out here doing the Lord's work, trying to help people in disaster relief after Hurricane Helene. Y'all arrest this white ass bastard because he is white. And he's out on $10,000 secured bond. This the fuck shit that I be talking about. This the fuck shit that I be talking about. I just can't. I gotta move on. I'm spiking. I'm spiking y'all. I'm spiking y'all. I'm doing the best I can. In more spiky ass fucking news, y'all's boy Bibi Netanyahu is at his fuck shit. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is examining a plan to seal off humanitarian aid to northern Gaza in an attempt to starve out Hamas militants, a plan that, if implemented, could trap without food or water hundreds of Palestinians unwilling or unable to leave their homes. Mind you, it's being said that in one of the cities in northern Gaza, the IDF has surrounded the city, and if anybody comes out and tries to leave, they are immediately shot dead. Now they're saying they're going to starve the people out because they're saying, "Oh, Hamas is there, so we're going to starve everybody in this area until they come out." Damn the fact that most of the people there, even if there are Hamas people there, most of the people there are innocent civilians, women, men, women, and children. Innocent. But this is what we got going on. And the United States just gave more money today and sent more troops over there today to support this man and his fuck shit. Let me move on because I'm spiking. Let me move on. I just wanted to give y'all an update. I'm spiking, y'all. I'm really spiking. This was a story. I ain't even got time to get to this story today. I already see myself spiking out. Y'all see what this is? That's the side of a church. This is in Paris, Texas. This is what they wrote outside of a church when some black people moved in this rural black white town, and they wrote this outside of the church and then set the church on fire. This happened September 29th. Oh, shall I also mention that authorities are not making this a hate crime or saying that this is racially charged. Rather, they're just seeing this as they're investigating whether or not it was just an arson, a fire accident. Let me move on. I'm a spike out. I can't do this. I'm spiking out. This is what we got going on. I gotta move on. Let's get to Kornaki's Kaki's corner before I lose my fucking mind. So, what I am going to be doing, and I'm going to try to do this as well on Run Your Mouths. I want to focus on some of these state legislatures, and the fact that there are some state legislatures that can be flipped. And so I pulled up this report. These are the current state legislatures, hey Nessa, that are in that are toss-ups and can actually flip. Okay. So that is the Alaska House of Representative, the New Hampshire Senate, the Pennsylvania Senate, and the Wisconsin Assembly. That's those are state legislators that are held by Republicans. These are and they are leaning they're leaning to the right, but they can be flipped. Those that are toss-ups are the New Hampshire House, the Arizona Senate, and the Arizona House. And those are Republican led. In addition to that, you have the Michigan House, the House in Maine. I'm sorry, Minnesota, the Michigan House, the Minnesota House of Representatives, and the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. So those are three democratically held state legislature, and the Alaska Senate as well. And there's only one Democratic leaning state legislature that is possibly that can possibly be flipped, and that is the Maine House of Representatives. Okay. But yeah, V-Card, I want to do. I don't have a lot of time today, and I want to do more justice to that Paris, Texas situation. So I'm going to probably do that tomorrow. Even if I forget, y'all remind me to do in my Sugar Spike segment the story on Paris, Texas, because I want to give there's a whole story to that, and I want to do that one some justice because I don't want to rush through that one by doing it on Silly Saturday or Manic Monday. So we'll be looking at these races to see which ones we can flip and some others that are not listed on here. Here's our video breakdown of the day. Now, I'm going to play this, and I want y'all thoughts, okay? Y'all might have seen this video. I just saw it recently over the weekend, but I need y'all thoughts on this one. I'm just going to let it play. We'll talk on the other side.
What's up?
You put your hands on my son?
I caught him in the bed with my daughter.
They don't give you a right to put your hands on my son.
He know the rules. He know the rules.
Okay, and I tell him the rules, but you, when it comes to my children, you do not put your hands on my child.
They don't go in the bedroom.
Understood.
They stay in the living room.
Understood. He put his hands on you, correct? Do not touch my child anymore. And I wouldn't touch your child. Don't
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him. I roughed him up. I threw him out. He knew the rules.
It doesn't matter. You could have spoke to him. You didn't have to touch him. You didn't have to use physical force.
So did you even know who he was? Where he was?
He said he was going to a friend's house. I didn't know he was coming over here.
Oh, so you don't keep tabs on your own son?
Of course I keep tabs on my son.
That's crazy.
And you need to watch your mouth, because don't tell me what I'm doing. I'm telling you.
As a teacher, I can't tell you, everything about this was so wrong for me. Everything about this was so wrong for me. Everything about that lady was wrong. If you on that lady side, God bless you. We just gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm sorry. But let me tell you something. The man said he was in my house with my daughter in the room. He knew he ain't supposed to be his ass in this fucking room with my daughter. I caught him in the room with my daughter. All bets was off. Now, the little boy looks to be in high school. And I see this so many times. You got the son who wrong as all get out. Wrong as all get out. Mama will come out there fighting tooth and nail, burning down every building, cussing everybody out about her son who is wrong as all get out. He's sitting in the back there like, oh, she got this. I ain't even worried. She got this. Knowing he done did everything wrong, she out here in the streets windmilling for him like he's right and she's wrong and he's wrong. You didn't even know where he was. What about the fact that your son is in this fucking, in my house, in my daughter's room where he don't belong? Ma'am, he was in my house. He wasn't supposed to be in my daughter's room. All bets were off. He get whatever he get. Hey, Spicy Original, he get whatever he get. If he got his ass fucked up, his ass was gonna get fucked up. He was in that man's house. The man said, I'll let you over here. Don't go in the room. You took your ass in that man's daughter's room, he ought to fuck you up. He ought to fuck, ma'am, you better be glad he didn't fuck your son up, because he could have fucked him up on GP. And you out here, don't worry about what, because he was like, so you don't even know who your child was? Don't talk to me like that. You don't know what I got to go. Ma'am, you wrong. You are so wrong. And you out here looking crazy as hell, trying to defend your son, and your son sitting back like, not a care in the world. Just as wrong. You ain't even, what are you doing, ma'am, to teach him about not being in the wrong places in other people's house? He did. You see that, Ronald, I'm telling you, these generation of kids, That's exactly what they do. You say boo to them, they run it home, they going to go cry to their mama, and they be wrong as all get out. The mama gonna come out there windmilling, ready to burn everything down. Her and her son wrong as hell. Child, I looked at that. I said, girl, I wish. He did sneak in the door. It sounded like the man was saying, I found him in my daughter's room. He said he knew the rule. He said he knew you're not supposed to be in my daughter's room. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, they both wrong. But please be clear. If I'm a daddy and I told you not to have your ass in my daughter's room, let's be clear. My daughter might be a whole piece of work, but this is my house. And I told your ass, don't take your ass in my daughter's room. Even if my daughter told you, yeah, let's go in the room, my daddy won't see you, should have said, nope, I don't want no smoke with your daddy. Your daddy told me not to go in there. I ain't going in there. I mean, mama just out there looking crazy. Fucking crazy. Anyway, that was our video breakdown for today. And now, it's time for the year of music. What year is the year? I'm asking you in the chat, what year is the year that's about to compete with 1994? What year is about to compete with 94? I know what year it is. Listen, the top four albums could easily all be number one. All four of the top four albums, somebody is going to say could be number one. Everybody's going to say one of the top four got robbed. It's not 98, even though 98 is a really good year. We haven't done 98 yet, but 98, you could probably imagine it's going to be good. No, not 99. We did 1987. I think we did 99. Did we? No, I don't think we did 99 yet. We did 2000, though. We did do 2000. The year is 1997. It's the year I graduated high school. Yes. I remember it well. 1997 is the year. For those of you new here, this is where we look at the best R&B albums, not rap, not hip hop, only R&B albums, not singles, not just individual songs, but albums of that year. All right. Number 10. Boys to Men Evolution. This was a good album. Listen. Doing Just Fine was a big hit, but for me, it was all about 4 Seasons of Loneliness and Can't Let Her Go. I don't know why I love Can't Let Her Go. I can't let it go. I can't let it go. I don't know why I loved that song. But 4 Seasons is right there with Water Runs Dry for me. Water Runs Dry is my favorite Boyz II Men song. 4 Seasons is right there. I also love it because when I was a freshman in the March of 100, we played it. Greatest concert selection of any marching band this side of heaven. Argue with Your Mammy. Yeah. This is number 10. We on number 10, y'all. We on number 10. We're on number 10. This is number 10, y'all. Number 10. I told y'all this was a strong year. We are on number 10. Do you hear me? Child. This album was so good. And it's number 10, y'all. Number 10. I was like, wow. Number 9 was John B. Remember, this was John B. The white chocolate, as people called him. Now, if you never heard this album, let me tell you something. This is a no skip album. This album right here is a no skip. I remember this album vividly. I was like, white boy put his foot in this. You know, he had Babyface and all them over there writing for him and stuff. I was like, okay. Child, listen. Awesome album. Awesome. Pride and Joy was my shit. Can't Help It was my shit. I Ain't Going Out was my shit. Listen. Child. Of course, the big mega hit was They Don't Know. They don't know what I mean, come on now. Are You Still Down was that shit too, Tracy. This was a great album. We still only on number 9, y'all. We on number 9. I told y'all this was a strong year. 1994 gonna have to stack up. This was a strong year. Number 8, LSG, Levert Sweat Gill. Now, people only really know 2 songs from this album, Door Number 1 and My Body, but there was a lot of good ass songs on this album. Where Did I Go Wrong was my shit. All the Times was, if you don't listen to nothing else, go listen to All the Times on this album. Awesome hit on this album. This was a great album. All the time, listen, Janae, All the Times. Child. Like Door Number 1 was a single, and My Body, most people know My Body is probably the biggest hit people know off this song, but there are a ton of great. This is another album you can let play and it will ride. It is classic R&B from 3. The thing you liked about this, the 90s, this is mid to late 90s, where R&B was kind of changing. R&B was having more of a hip hop feel. You started to get much more of a hip hop feel to R&B, and this album took you right back to classic good R&B feel. Awesome album. Awesome album. Awesome album. Wait, Xavier said he don't know who LSG is. I'm not doing this with you, Xavier. I'm not doing this with you. Number 7, rated next album. Listen, by the time you got to 1998, this album was released in 97. By the time you got to 98, you could not get away from this album. Of course, Too Close is the biggest single from this album, Baby When We're Grinding. But the first song was You Got That Butter Love. That was the first album. It was a lot of good songs. I Still Love You. That was a jam off this album too. This album, Phone Sex, was good. That was a good song. Ooh, Phone Sex was so good. This was a great album too. I told y'all, lots of great music. Lots of great music. I'm trying to figure out. Phone Sex was good, Tracy. I told you 1994. No, 1997 said you got to come see me. Yeah, come see me. Come see about me. I'm only on number 7, y'all. Oh, God. Listen, one of the most underrated male singers of all time, Joe. Oh, my God. This is another. Just let it play. Just let it play. Just let this play. Don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions. Don't tell me nothing. You just buy the album, download the album, stream the album, and let the whole shit play. You just let it play. Just let the shit play. Don't ask no questions. Let it play. If you was born around 97, 98, Your mama and daddy probably fucked to something off this album. Tell you what I know. You might have been conceived off of this album. You might have been conceived off of this good album. I'm just telling you what I know. No skips, not one skip on this album. Not one. Sanctified Girl, child. That was my shit. I mean, the top single from this album is still, Baby, I wanna do all of the things your man won't do. That was the biggest hit from it. But this whole album, Come Around, was my shit. This whole album. Don't Want to Be a Player. The whole album. Just the whole album. Just let it play. Don't stop. Just tell you what I know. I told y'all 1997 said, yeah, y'all thought 1994 was doing something. Let me show you what I got going on. Number 5, Usher, My Way. Listen. Now, most people, this is Usher's second album, okay? Most people don't know Usher's first album. I remember Usher's first album. Loved the first album. That was my shit. All the time I think of you, holding on to someone, or there were many ways to say I love you. That was Usher's first album. However, this is the second album. This is where most people found out about Usher. This was the album where most people, the second album is where most people, where Usher really made that next step. The first album got a little recognition, but it was a little too early. This album came, and that's when you saw him take that next step and said, oh, okay, he ain't fucking around. Slow Jam with him and Monica is still, listen, Slow Jam with Usher featuring Monica, when both of their voices was still like doing all the, listen. One Day You'll Be Mine. Child. Usher and Tyrese was fighting in that music video. Remember, Tyrese was real big during this time too. This was when Tyrese, I think, debut album was coming out, like around this time. Child. Listen. We are number 5. Now, I caution you. The next 4 albums, I did not do anything. It is not out of my control. This was not my selection. This is a compilation of about 5 different rankings, okay? Compilation of 5 different rankings, okay? Understand, because you're going to tell me any of the top 4 could be number 1. I'm just telling you right now. Any of the top 4 right now could be the number 1. Any of them. Any of the top 4. So, number 4, Mary J. Blige, Share My World. Now, all of my real Mary J. Blige fans, they always say this is their favorite album. Everybody, all of my people that I grew up with, when they talk about their favorite Mary J. Blige album, they say, oh, it's Share My World, and then everything else. Now, my favorite Mary J. Blige album is still What's the 411, but that's just me. Listen, every black woman in America, this album, the whole album was an anthem for every black woman across America. Every black woman I knew was playing this album from sea to shining sea. You hear me? They would yell and scream the lyrics. This was when Mary was heavy on that crack then. Mary was on that shit on this album, but that shit had her right. Let me tell you something. Now, every lady will tell you this is a no-skip album. Every lady will tell you, you play this album and you don't let the shit stop. Black women across America, they know every word, every lyric, every ad lib from the beginning intro all the way to the end. Not gonna cry. They know it all. Baby, she was on, listen, this was during the time she was on that crack. She was getting beat down by Casey. Baby, she was going through it. And Mama wrote the fuck out of this album. Mama, this album, yeah, I don't know if she wrote it, but she came through on this album. Baby, this was Crackhead Mary. She used to be singing with feeling, with passion. Put your favorite single from this album on there. Just put your favorite single from this album in the chat. Your favorite single. Your favorite single from this album. I can love you. I can love you. I can love you better than she can. I can love you. Listen. This, I told y'all, from 4 to 1, from number 4 album to number 1 album of this year, all could have been number 1. Okay. Number 3. I was surprised this made it number 3. I thought it would at least make number 2. Erykah Badu, Baduism. Let me tell you something. This is the first album. Let me tell you something. This album came out. It was so much good music this year. It was so much good music. Dear God, just an embarrassment of riches. Apple Tree was my shit. Apple Tree, listen. I don't know what it was about me and Apple Tree, but I loved Apple Tree. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just saying. This is another album. This is another album where you just let it play. Just let it play. You around the house, you cleaning, you letting it play. You chilling at the house, smoking, drinking, and having a good time. Let this play. Let it play. Just let it play. Just let it play. That's all. Just let, these are albums. The top 4 albums are albums where you let it play. The thing that made it so interesting is in 97, there were so many different sounds, so many different ways people attacked R&B. This was one of those first neo soul albums. So that made this so different. And so many people, attached themselves to Erykah, because she was doing things and sounding different from everybody else. Like, Jesus God. Like, yeah, this album was one of those first albums that helped usher in the neo soul sound. And this was back in 1997. Listen, this is number 3. This is number 3. Listen, I told y'all this is number 3. I told y'all 1997 said, oh, you thought your 94 playlist was 5? Wait till you get a load to this 97 playlist. Number 2. Number 2. The Velvet Rope by Janet. Now listen. Here's what's so crazy. Most people don't even know the Velvet Rope was released in 97 because it took over between the Velvet Rope and Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, those two albums consumed, and Brandy's Never Say Never album, those three albums kind of consumed 1998. So most people don't even realize this was released in 1997 in October and still top the charts. Just stupid, just dumb, just so many. Listen, Every Time, oh my God, I would listen to Every Time and just sit there and play it on repeat. Oh my God, Rope Burn, that was another one of them Baby Maker songs. Listen, Velvet Rope. So this is another you just play everything. You just play everything. You just let this shit go. Janet Jackson was in her bag. This is when Janet Jackson is at her peak. This is this album and probably All For You. The three albums, the Janet album, this album, Janet, but definitely by Velvet Rope, Janet was at her peak. Janet was just, oh my God. Oh my God. Listen, oh my God. It's just so many. Tonight's the Night. Oh, Jesus. It's so many. Go Deep. Go Deep was just, and she always had one song that's just a little bop. And there's something about the little bop. Like someone to call my lover on All For You is like just a little bop for me like that. That's how Go Deep is for me. We don't got too much going on. It's just a little bop and it just be sitting right there in the bop. It's so good. Got Till It's Gone. Oh my God. Where do you start on this album? You just let it play. You just let it play. Ciao. That's number 2. Now, number 1, I had no control over this. I just am happy that it ended this way. The number 1 album of the year of our Lord, 1997, Butterfly, Mariah Carey. I didn't do this, y'all, but the top 2 spots went to my queens, Mariah Carey and Janet. Listen, Mariah Carey, this was when Mariah was in her writing bag. If you want to hear Mariah Carey giving you lyrics, giving you just everything in terms of what a writer should do with the album, Mariah Carey was in that. Mariah Carey was in her bag. She had finally, even though she was separated from Tony Mottola for a while, she finally officially was divorced. By the time she got to this album, Mariah said, "Oh, let's do this." 4th of July. But my favorite song on this is my shit. But my favorite song on this album is fucking Breakdown. It's Breakdown and everything else. Let me tell you something. It's Breakdown and everything else. Let me tell you something. Mariah don't owe me nothing for Breakdown. If she never seen nothing else, it's Breakdown and everything else from this album. I'm just telling you. Now, most people, My All was a huge hit. Honey was a huge hit. Butterfly was my shit. The second half of Butterfly, when that whore opens her throat, when that whore Mariah got to the bridge of Butterfly and opened her throat and started to sing baby, baby, baby shark, do 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 do. Mama said, "Oh yeah, I'm here for it." Mama said, "I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it." You know, when Mariah feels a song, she'll get to the end of that song and just lose her whole fucking mind. Just lose her whole fucking mind. That's what she did on Butterfly. Just lost her whole fucking mind. Listen, The Roof, this is another, let it just play. Just let it play and bless your soul. Just let it play and bless your soul. You know Breakdown, break down. Her and Bone Thugs, steady breaking me on down. Ow! Break down. Ow! Steady breaking me on down. Come on, Mariah. You called yesterday. Ow! To basically saying that you care for me for, that you're just not in love. Ow! Oh my God. Breakdown is my shit. Shit. Now, I'm going to ask y'all, are you choosing between 94 and 97? Yeah, her pen game was not to be played with. This is that album where you ever question Mariah Carey's pen game, go play Butterfly and see if she don't fuck you up. Let me go back. Oh, let me go back. So going back, number 10, Boys to Men Evolution. Number 9, John B. Number 8, LSG. Number 7, Next with Rated Next. Number 6, Joe, All That I Am. Number 5, Usher with My Way. Number 4, you might be right about that, Montrez. Share My World, Mary J. Blige. Number 3, Baduism by Erykah Badu. Number 2, The Velvet Rope by Janet Jackson. And number 1, Butterfly by Mariah Carey. Just saying. What you taking? You taking 94 or 97? Let me know what you're taking. Put it in the chat. Look at Xavier. He's so shady. That the Buffalo on Mass Singer this season is Boys to Men. I mean, is it the whole group or is it a single person from Boys to Men? I see it's a toss-up. Depends on what you like. It's just a toss-up. All right. Well, we got palate cleansers to get out of here. I know we got to get over to Really B. Let me make sure. What time is Really B's live? Let me make sure I link this. Is she live already? You know, she good for being live already. And then somebody going to go over there and try and snitch on me. God. Lord. Is she live already? Lord. Hold on. Let me link this now while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, she probably already like, I almost can bet you she is, because she got to do whether or not you like a panel. All right. All right, palate cleansers, and we're going to be out of here. Let's get it. All right, let's do it. Palate cleansers on the way out. Let me make the palate cleansers big this time. Let's make them big. There's our palate cleansers. Jesus. Oh. Lord Jesus. Well then. Ooh. Ah. All right. I'm about to see y'all over there. That's my type right there. If he was about 3 shades darker. She's live, but this is a better view. Ciao. We about to go over there. That right there. I love me a good skinny man. Got some hair to him too. Ooh. That look like somebody from Miami. Like I could see him being a Miami fuck boy. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Ooh. What's all that going on down there, sir? That's cute. I'm gonna have to watch it, Janae. Janae, put a clip of it in the members only chat so I can see who you're talking about. Okay. Janae, put a link to it in the members only chat so I can look at it. What you doing on that tennis net? You need your balls played with, your tennis balls. Bird, yes. Yeah, we say bird for peen. Yes, we do. Yeah, put the clip in the members only chat, Janae or Tracy. W. Oh. Oh. That's a lot of man right there. That's a lot of man. Dear God. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Oh. Mm. Oh. I can see him being a Miami fuck boy too. He looks like it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wait, I just missed that one. Oh, what's that? What you pointing at? Mm. Oh. You like when men don't skip leg day? Me too. That means they can put some power behind them strokes. They can put their weight behind it. There he go. I be stalking his Instagram too. Except for him being a Q, he's fine. But that whole Omega Psi Phi situation. Mm. And there's Man Man. Y'all know we love Man Man around these parts. All right. Well, that is that. That is it. We have finished with Silly Saturday. I got to send y'all over to really be. I thank y'all so much for being here. Y'all know it take a lot to do Silly Saturdays and even on a Monday. So I appreciate y'all for hanging here with me. I'm sorry. Just wanted to get through. That's all I got for y'all. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Oh, let me put this up in case somebody wants to make a donation. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They're much obliged and much appreciated. Thank y'all so uh much for being here. I love doing this for y'all, even though it's a lot. I do love doing it. I will see y'all tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow. I'll do a regular Run Your Mouth, and we will have red, blue, and black tomorrow as well. So until then, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out. I probably should take that down, huh? So y'all can see me. I'm out. Love y'all.